Hello traders, the title of the video is how I draw a Fibonacci retracement. Alright, so a trader of the name Jose, thank you for asking an essential question. The question was, how do I know where to retrace the Fibonacci from? How do I know, where to retrace the Fibonacci, from? So he's talking about Fibonacci retracement, So if you are asking me that question, it means that you want me to tell you how I draw my Fibonacci retracement, but at the same time, I will tell you the general rule that traders are following, So it's a very simple thing. It's just a measurement tool, because price goes from A to B, that's the general rule, and then he pull back without going to the beginning, if he start turning around somewhere here, so price go from A to B, and then pull back to point C, and at the point C start changing direction. So people will apply Fibonacci retracement from here, from the starting point of the prior move. Prior move was bullish, up to that point. So they will start drawing it from here, and they will end it here. So if I choose my Fibonacci, so I'll go like this from the starting point, bam. All right, just to know how much profit people have taken. All right, so here it went below the 61.8% level of this move from here to here. All right. But when traders are doing that sometimes, you will notice that that's why sometimes traders wonder, Joe, why are you doing things sometimes different? It's just about how I feel at that point in time. So the reason why sometimes traders do ask those questions, understand, is because sometimes they see me, like now, if I show you now, sometimes I'll go like this, and I'll put it at the closing price. And they say, Joel, why don't you put it all the way to the top of the candlestick bar? So sometimes we can draw it from the closing price here instead of all the way from the tail to the another tail on the top or the shadow on top. Sometimes we use closing price to closing price. All right. For instance, here, if I have a very long tail, very long tail, it's an exaggeration, it's a distortion. I won't worry too much about it. I will just use from the closing price to the closing price, Or sometimes you see a long tail, a candlestick bar with a long tail. I don't have one on this chart now to show you, a very long tail, You can ignore it. But you can also draw it all the way to the top here and all the way to the end of the tail just to go into the mind of other traders. Take it from me. Whether you draw it, if you draw it from the closing price to the closing price, you will still be all right because we are talking about a zone, price zone. Right? But when I'm drawing pitchfork tool, which is another trading tool, I go all the way to the top, all the way to the top of the shadow, or all the way to the low of the tail. If I'm using the pitchfork tool, but when I'm using Fibonacci retracement, if I see a long shadow like this on top, I usually discount it. It's an exaggeration or a long tail. I usually discount it. I only use. So the general rule is that you can see here. So if you're looking at this chart, I'm looking at Nifty 15. So it goes from here, you see. It's a one move, boom, up. So the only time that we start drawing Fibonacci retracement, which is another question that traders often ask, when do you start drawing it? When? Well, it's when it reaches point C, any point where it starts changing direction. So you see, it start coming down. When it comes here, it start turning around here. Trader will will start drawing the Fibonacci retracement. They'll be thinking that it's going to find a support. And down here it come back down. So it's not a magic formula. So here it goes down. You see here also you try to turn around. People will draw Fibonacci retracement at that point. They draw it from here to here to see how much people took up to that point. Now the Fibonacci retracement level are just key level that we are monitoring or we are doing. We want to know where are we now? Is he finding a support there? in an uptrend, or is it finding a resistance there in a downtrend? So if you are very new, if it goes down, okay, so the first leg, it goes down fast, all right, and then it rally up to point C, so it goes down from A to B, and then it rally up to point C, and then it starts changing direction. So we apply Fibonacci retracement from the starting point of the move to where the move has ended. And because it starts changing direction here, we want to measure how much profit people have taken so far. So that's it. And the Fibonacci retracement level are key level. The two most essential Fibonacci retracement level are 50% and the 61.8% level. The 50% will divide the prior move into two zones. So you go from here to here. The 50%, if the price is above the 50%, we are in the bullish zone. If it's below it, we are in the bearish zone. But the zone between the 50% and the 61.8% level is called the sweet spot zone. Very often, the price will find a support there. That's in theory. Practically speaking, the price can turn around at any Fibonacci retracement level. So why is this here like this, and you draw it from here to here, and you are still here changing, or you just draw a line there. Is here 38.2% level, is here 50% level. So prior to bullish signal above that level, and prior to bearish signal below that Fibonacci retracement level. You are looking for a trading setup, okay, around those Fibonacci key levels. If there is one, you will now go to the next step, implement a different type of trading method. All right. So, but there are more that I need to add. If you understand earlier way, all right. If you understand earlier way, like a first wave, third wave, fifth wave, we usually apply the Fibonacci retracement to the impulse wave, which means the trending or the mini trend of a trend. So, like here you see, I see the call this on first wave. We can apply Fibonacci retracement to the first wave to see how far the second wave has ended. We can also apply Fibonacci retracement to the third wave. So like now we are saying that Nifty 50 will likely to form the fourth wave. We will apply Fibonacci retracement from the end of the second wave to the top of the third wave. All right? And we'll highlight the 38.2% level Fibonacci retracement of the third wave because we're expecting the fourth wave to be shallow. But if you understand earlier wave, we apply Fibonacci retracement from the beginning of the first wave to the top of the first wave, and also from the beginning of the third wave, okay, to the end of the third wave. We also apply from the beginning of the fifth wave, and also to the end of the fifth wave. But we also apply Fibonacci retracement from the beginning of the first wave to the top of the fifth wave, which means we are highlighting the whole motive wave, the whole trending phase. So for those of you who do not understand earlier way, that when a financial instrument is trending, all right, there will be a three mini trend. The first mini trend, that's what we call first wave, all right? The second mini trend, that's what we call the third wave, and the third mini trend is the fifth wave. But before the second mini trend, we have the second wave, and before the third mini trend, I'm not talking about wave, okay, we have the fourth wave also. So remember, we can apply it to the first wave, third wave, fifth wave, and also from the beginning of the first wave to the top of the fifth wave. So, like now, we can, like I apply it now to the first wave, I can also apply it from the first wave all the way to the top of the third wave. Now, for us, area wave trader, we don't do that. We don't do that because the trend is not finished. We're not going to put it on top of the third wave. Unless, okay, we are expecting the trend to fall, but nothing can stop you to apply Fibonacci retracement as you see fit because price starts here. Okay, now it's here. You can apply it, no question about it. But practically speaking, what are you trying to achieve? That is the question. All right. Again, there is no general formula that one should follow as such, apart from what I said to you, price go from A to B. Like here again, you can apply again to here. So price, anytime the price goes from A to B, so here it is. Will you agree? Here it is. So we apply it to this one. Now it starts going up from here. You see here, it went from here to here, yes or no. So that's point A and point B. Now that it starts changing direction here, which is the point C, you see, so it goes from A to B, now it starts changing direction. I can apply Fibonacci retracement from this move from here to here. What am I trying to achieve? I want to know how much retracement is this move down. Now, the reason why trader want to know how much profit or how much retracement has happened is to set a target. So 38.2% level. If you go from here to here, you come down to 38.2% level and find support. All right. They will be watching the zone of 161.8% Fibonacci extension level. In theory, that's the target. If they come to 50% level retracement, so professional will be saying, all right, it's 50% retracement. They will be watching the zone of 150% Fibonacci extension level. If the retracement is 161.8% level, they'll be watching 138.2% Fibonacci extension level or 127% Fibonacci extension level. So those are the reasons why we use Fibonacci retracement to measure how much retracement we have got in order to do the next projection, which is the extension to set a target for the corresponding retracement with a 38.2% level, 50% or 61.8% level, or 78.6% level. So this is it. So there again, you see here, it went up again from here to here. So that's point A, point B. Now this is point C. Why this is point C? Because it starts changing direction. If it starts changing direction, I measure how much retracement is this, so I can set a target for the next price move. The price does not have to hit the target. Sometimes you hit it on the dot. Sometimes it stops at a midpoint target. If you want to understand more about Fibonacci retracement trading, go to www.dayprotrader.com, click on Fibonacci retracement. I have many pages related to Fibonacci retracement, 61.8% Fibonacci retracement, okay. Sweet spot zone, go to www.dayprotrader.com, check all the pages related to Fibonacci retracement. There is also on YouTube a playlist about Fibonacci retracement trading tips and tricks, where I went through all the many videos. I was talking. You can watch, sit down, okay, the whole year watching all those videos, so you may understand more. I hope I have managed to answer your question. All in all, I go from A to B, right, in an uptrend or downtrend from A to B. Right. If you pull back in an uptrend to point C, start changing direction, you pull out the Fibonacci retracement. Even here, like here, you see this point here. Moving some line here, okay. So even from here like this, you see this small section. Traders even use it on any time frame. They can apply it on the 50. So like now, I can see from here, you see from here to here. Why? Because here you start changing direction. This is the point C now. You start changing direction here. After that, candle C bar on that time frame is closed. Apply Fibonacci retracement. How much profit did they take? It's 38.2% level. So now I will apply Fibonacci extension to set a target at 161.8% level. I'm watching that level. Doesn't mean that it will definitely reach that level. All right. So all in all, I think unless I misunderstood completely your question, because your question was how do I know where to retrace the Fibonacci from? It's where the move has started from before it starts turning around at point C. So whether you do it from the first wave, or to the third wave, or to the fifth wave, or do it from the beginning of the first wave all the way. So the beginning of the trend. All right, so that's why we say impulse wave. So the impulse wave are the mini trend of another trend. All right, so you can apply Fibonacci retracement after a correction of a mini trend. The correction will bring the price to the point C. So this will conclude our discussion about how do I draw Fibonacci retracement. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Jose, beautiful name, all right, for asking an essential question about Fibonacci retracement. If you have any more questions, do not hesitate to put in the comment section. In due course, I will be recording another video to answer your specific question. If this video has been truly useful to you, please let us know by giving us your beautiful thumbs up. If you dislike it, please mark it down. You think this is an essential tutorial that can help other traders out there, feel free to share with your friends on Google+, Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel is Day Pro Traders YouTube channel. Subscribe to them and activate the notification bell. Alright, so anytime we are about to live stream a pre-recorded video, you will be the first person to be notified. Sometimes I post video first on Facebook, sometimes first on YouTube. My Facebook page is stochastic-MACD. Until the next time, enjoy yourself and be very happy. We are the GSTW24 traders talking about how I draw Fibonacci retracement. Thank you for watching, and I will speak to you soon. We are the GSTW24 traders. Happy trading to you all. Happy New Year to you all.